dollars for my car, for my bike, for everything. Just a few more dollars. G'day, Skippy here from Just a Few Dollars. Enjoy the episode. Just got the recycling here, and Skippy's onto it, right? And hiya. Hi. No, not hi. Hiya. So the origin of this hiya is dialects and how they talk in different regions in the UK. Skip here in the evening, cracking on with the needed Vf1000. Get shim in a few hours. So I'll just point out what I've been up to. So this never had a centre stand on it, as I said before. It's all scuffed, pickled and painted. The exhaust is on. Got new exhaust clamps, gaskets in there, copper gaskets in the head, and of course I've redone a few of the threads, exhaust threads. And in the meantime I put the dog bone on and the knuckle, and I've got the swing arm in. So I'm just hooking up the shock now. That was all the hardest bit, and now I just have to push the exhaust up, and I drill and tapped a new hole in there. It was 8mm. I wasn't happy with the thread, so it went to I put it tapped it out to 10mm.
What was that? Like it?
Oh yeah!
Yeah.
It's all cracked through here, there, and that bit's missing. And for some reason, someone's drilled a hole in there and put a black bung. So that's not a good look. So I might even bite the bullet by another one of these. And the surround is crashed. So it did originally have a crash here, I can see there, and it had a bit of damage up here. I've drilled and tapped 12mm in there, 12mm deeper. That's maximum thread strength. Bolt strength is 12mm, so I went into the head further without any complications and got that all done. Now here's the fascia. Right, this looks a bit grubby, but it's not so bad. But see, that goes on the top there like that. But where it's had the accident, it's there. So it's had the hit. And this right hand panel, I've noticed that it's kind of like 6 months older than all the others. So they've replaced that one. They've replaced it. And that's where it's been dropped on the right hand side and repaired. But overall it's come together well. You know, you do have a lot of setbacks. You can't put a date on it like, oh, tomorrow's going to be ready. Too much pressure, mate. And you know, we're just here on a good wicket, getting it done properly. I'm a fitter and I'm doing mechanics, and I apply the same principle. It needs a bearing in the swing arm, I'll get it done. This is what we do on a rainy day. There's not much else to do, but just lick the frothy off it, right, and have it. It's all forecast. It's been raining for last month, so 4 weeks of rain, and then forecast is another week and a half, but we don't mind.
Subscribe.
Sun's out, great day, and just want to show you that is the pin for the swing arm on the Honda, and it's all flogged out. It's all flogged out, and that was the bearing, and they have needle roller bearings. There was no needles in there. It was all loose like this. So I've sourced another pin off the F2, and that one's in perfect condition. It does have the good bearing in that, but these bearings are in a blind hole, so not easy to get out. So I've ordered a new one. It cost a few pounds, and that was the old bearing. I had to collapse it to get it out, but the good bearing there, I'll leave it in the other swing arm, and this is where it goes in here, down towards here, and that there is a blind hole. So this one goes through, but this one's blind, so you have to press the needle roller in there. A little bit of a hold up, but while I got held up yesterday, thanks, concentrate, yep, I started buffing this up. Now the paint on this is like not bad at all. They painted all this in primer just because of that. I would have left it like that. I polished it there, it's tarnished, it's most of the paint's gone, but there, have a look how all that glitter in there, isn't it gorgeous? And in there like that, and there's the one I have to do. See this one here, see it's got all the primer. I'll take that primer off, and it's got a big split. So that's split. Well, it is plastic. You clean it and you weld the plastic. And also, while I was there, I polished the screen. A lot of work on that, but she's working out well. So the main theme is clean. You just clean, polish, clean it all up and make it look presentable. I thought it'd be a late. In the time lapse, I showed that I was repairing a plate, and that plate is a heat shield that goes on the back of the exhaust. The back cylinders are very close to the shock absorber, and it was flogged out. The holes are this big. What I had to do, make four plates and shape them and drill the holes and pin them in, and I painted them. They're all perfect, and here they are in here. Here's the needle roller bearing. See the needles in there? Right, this has to go in here, blind hole. So I'm just going to try and tap this in on the swing arm. Right. It's going good. I've just slid it in. You have to put the shocker in there and the top mount. I've got the bolts all ready. I've got this one, it's already lubed up. I'm using the one from the F2 frame. It was in perfect condition. And this goes in here, lines up with the swing arm, and it's greased. Because the swing arm's in now, it's all complete, I'm just putting the wheel in. It's a big step. I can start putting everything together now. I have most parts, and what we do, put the adjuster in like that, put the bolt in, lift the wheel up a little bit. It's not heavy. Whoops, that's a spacer. There's a seal and a spacer there. So a couple of telltale signs about I think this car is this motorbike, sorry, it wasn't so much crashed, it fallen over a little bit, so it's knocked the side cover there. It's been repaired, right? Up here was slightly repaired. That was only very minuscule. And then up here, as I said, the fairing had been replaced, and this has telltale sign, and the glass, well, it's plastic actually, telltale signs that it's crashed. But there's nothing wrong with it. Everything's in line, everything will run true, and it's going to be a real delight. Buff the paintwork up and we're finished. Skippy here. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Subscribe for us. Thank you.
Subscribe.